This is the shallowest sea on Earth. In some areas, you could walk miles offshore, and the water would barely reach your chest. It sounds harmless, almost trivial. Yet this sea is far from safe. It's stagnant, volatile, and beneath its murky surface, entire metropolises have vanished. So why would the planet's most superficial sea be one of the riskiest places to establish a civilization? This is the Sea of Azov, a compact and closed body of water linked to the Black Sea. Shallow, murky, easily overlooked. The ancient Greeks, however, didn't disregard it. They named it the Maeotian Swamp, not a sea, but a perilous trap. The issue with the Sea of Azov isn't its depth, it's what lurks beneath: mud, gas, and unstable ground that behaves more like liquid than solid earth. For millennia, people thrived on its shores, engaged in commerce, erected cities, and placed their trust in the ground below them, only to be betrayed by it. If a sea is this shallow, what kind of calamity could it possibly conceal? Compared to the Mariana Trench, the Sea of Azov is almost an anomaly. Just 7 to 14 meters deep, that's all. No crushing pressure, no abyssal darkness. But shallow water doesn't guarantee stable foundations. Beneath the Sea of Azov, there's no solid bedrock. Instead, it's a thick stratum of clay, silt, and organic matter, compressed, waterlogged, and waiting. This sea doesn't circulate effectively. Fresh water flows in from rivers, sediment accumulates, and the bottom softens. And when the bottom is soft, land becomes ephemeral. The ancients observed this. They mistrusted it. They feared it. They believed it was the edge of the known world, a place where solid ground could dissolve without warning.
Here is where the Sea of Azov truly becomes enigmatic. This region features mud volcanoes, not lava, but gray sludge forced upwards by subterranean pressure. Methane gas is trapped beneath clay layers. When the pressure becomes immense, the ground ruptures. These eruptions offer no prior signs, no smoke, no tremors. They explode upwards from the seabed, forming islands that emerge from the water only to vanish months later. Locals describe the sea boiling, bubbling violently. And when vast quantities of gas are released, the density of the water shifts. Vessels lose their buoyancy. They don't succumb to storms, they simply plummet silently. This isn't mere conjecture, it has occurred.
On the coasts of the Sea of Azov once stood Phanagoria, a colossal ancient Greek city, a capital, a crucial trade hub on the Silk Road. Today, nearly a third of it lies submerged. Divers have recovered perfectly preserved wooden sarcophagi, coins, and monumental marble statues. This was no humble settlement, it was a nexus of power. Yet, it sank. Not due to a tsunami, not a rising ocean. The ground simply gave way. The precarious mud beneath the city liquefied, structures tilted, collapsed, and slid into the sea. The Sea of Azov didn't inundate the city, it swallowed it whole. Now the sea is undergoing another transformation. Rivers that once nourished it are being dammed and diverted. Fresh water inflow is diminishing. Salinity is increasing. Fish populations are perishing. Entire ecosystems are collapsing. And something else is proliferating. Jellyfish. Millions of them. So dense that the water turns white and purple. So thick that swimming becomes impossible. These are invasive species, not indigenous to this environment. They thrive where ecosystems falter, where balance is lost. The Sea of Azov is morphing into a different kind of dead sea, not lifeless, but suffocating, a soup of gelatinous biomass. The Sea of Azov is gradually, relentlessly shrinking. As fresh water disappears, Salt remains, mud volcanoes intensify, sinkholes develop. The ground destabilizes even further. Some scientists anticipate that this sea could partially desiccate, transforming into a salt flat, much like the Aral Sea. When that happens, what lies beneath will be unveiled. Ancient foundations, submerged cities, layers of history compressed into mud. The ancients believed this was the world's edge, a place where land could simply vanish. Today, we are witnessing that belief materialize.
There's one final aspect about the Sea of Azov that rarely garners attention, not because it's unimportant, but because it doesn't fit neatly into charts or maps. The seabed here isn't merely unstable, it's layered with memory. Geologists understand that this region has repeatedly collapsed and reformed over thousands of years, sediment upon sediment, mud upon mud, each layer sealing the one below it. But archaeologists have noticed something else. Artifacts appear and then recede again. Sites are exposed briefly, only to be reburied by shifting ground and water. It's as if the Sea of Azov doesn't reveal history all at once. It discloses it in fragments, momentarily, and then reclaims it. This creates a dangerous misconception that what we currently observe is all that ever existed. But in places like this, absence doesn't signify emptiness, it implies compression. Entire epochs of human activity may be sealed beneath meters of sediment, not obliterated, not erased, merely inaccessible.
This is why the ancients feared this region. Not because it was violent, but because it was unreliable. You could build a city here, prosper here, trade here for generations, and then one day the ground would soften, the shoreline would shift, and the city would no longer belong to the land. No fire, no invasion, no definitive end, just silence. Modern science explains this as geology, liquefaction, sediment compaction, hydrological change. All true, yet explanations do not negate consequences, because when land behaves like a liquid, history becomes transient.
The Sea of Azov doesn't just imperil the future, it destabilizes the past. And that may be its most disquieting characteristic. Not that it annihilates civilizations, but that it conceals them so completely we forget they ever existed. The Sea of Azov appears innocuous, too shallow to inspire fear, too small to matter. But shallow does not equate to safe. This sea consumes slowly, silently, without fanfare. It swallows cities, obliterates trade routes, destabilizes ecosystems, and it delivers an uncomfortable reminder. History doesn't always culminate in fire or floods. Sometimes it ends in mud. The Sea of Azov is a cautionary tale, a living testament to how swiftly land can become water, and how readily civilizations place their trust in the wrong ground. Because the most perilous places on Earth aren't the deepest ones. They are the ones that appear solid until they aren't. And if this sea can vanish, how many others are already on their way?